Hi, Isis. I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. Thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you.
Why did you want to be involved in this reboot of The Secret Garden? Were you really familiar with the book and the 1993 film, which one of the ones I loved growing up, but I don't know if you were familiar with it.
Both. Loved the book, read it as a child, had it read to me, loved it. And the film I had on VHS and watched on repeat. So I didn't know they were making a new adaptation, but as soon as I found out, I was over the moon. And of course, I was like, yes, please. Yeah.
What did you think sort of remaking it for a new generation, if you like, could bring to the story? Because it does feel quite different. It's very much more from the perspective of Mary. It delves much deeper into, her relationship with her parents and the kind of different layers of grief and, things that have like made her the way she is.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you think were some of the great things that we could bring to the story by remaking it for this generation?
Well, I think it's just the opportunity to bring it to a new generation. Like some of the kids, I say kids, young people that worked on the film hadn't actually read the book, didn't actually know the story until they auditioned for it, whereas obviously I've grown up with it and loved it. So just the chance to bring it to a new generation has been incredible. And this version, like you say, is very much Mary's story. It's all of everything. The characters are all seen through her eyes, and it does touch on grief and it touches on loss, but I think it's done in such a beautiful way that I think for children, although it's deep subjects, I think it's done in such a really sensitive way, and it's just got such a beautiful ending that it's definitely a family film, and new generations of children will not have anything to go by, and for them this is like the new thing. And if it can inspire them to go and play outside and appreciate nature and go and venture out, then that's a bonus as well.
And they've put together such an incredible cast. I mean, Dixie in particular, amazing as Mary, brings something really new to the role. And then you've got real heavyweights, like Julie Walters and Colin Firth, as well as Eden and Amir. So what was it like working with all these amazing people? And it looks like you must have had a lot of fun on set.
So much fun. I mean, Colin and Julie they're iconic British actors that everyone knows and loves, and they didn't disappoint, really. Everything you want them to be, they are. They're just amazing. They're lovely people to talk to, and the kids, young people, I mean, Dixie's just such a talent. I mean, when I met her, just rehearsing with her, she's not like a child actor. She never was, although she's like grown up a lot since we filmed. Like she works like an adult. You don't feel like you're acting against a child when you work with her. And all the, like Amir and Eden, they were just they were so mature for their years. Considering we were on such a big film production, they were just a pleasure to be around, and everyone pulled together, everyone had fun, and it felt, I hate saying it because it sounds so cliche, but it really did feel like a family while we were doing the job. It was just, everyone wanted it to be the best it could be.
And how does it feel to be putting a film like this out in the middle of, well, like was right in the middle of this pandemic still? And it does feel like films like this that can kind of transport you to another place, and it's very much indulging in the imagination. And although it does deal with some challenging topics, like you say, feels like there's kind of a hopeful message in there. So do you think this moment seems like a good time for this film to come out?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I said earlier that a lot of children today don't go outside, don't play outside. They're stuck watching TV or on a tablet, and if this can inspire them to go out and explore and be at one with nature, and not just children, parents as well, I think that's really important. And hopefully at a time when we can't see other people and all we have is our close-knit family and the outside when we're allowed to go, I think, yeah, it's perfect timing.
And do you see that there are more opportunities for introducing more actors of color like yourself into stories and films like this that might maybe in the past wouldn't have had so much diversity? Are we seeing that being shaken up a little bit more, not such a narrow demographic kind of taking on films like this and roles?
Well, it's needed. It's time, and yeah, we definitely need proper representation on screen. And I personally feel so blessed that I was chosen to play Martha, the first non-white Martha. It means everything to me. And yeah, it's really important that we reflect the world we live in. So whether it's a period piece or not, we need to see that diversity on screen, 100%.
All right, fantastic. I think I'm out of time, but thanks so much for speaking with me, and congratulations on being
Thank you
part of
so
this wonderful, beautiful film.
much. Thank you.
Thanks, Isis. Bye now. Cheers.